If you may request that we rise up for our prayer. Lord, our Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we come before you in thanksgiving and humility in our hearts this evening. We thank you for the opportunity to serve in various capacities and in various spaces. We thank you for the huge task you put on our hearts to impact communities out there and to advocate for justice. We thank you even for this reflective moment here since yesterday. And my Father, we even thank you that we are able to celebrate these milestones through the transformative interventions you have caused us to do. We thank you, oh Lord, because it takes your grace. And therefore, Lord, as we sit here to do this reflection and celebration, we pray that, Lord, you will continue to manifest yourself in our midst, to guide, to lead, and to continue to minister to us, and even to inspire us more, even as we step in the gap for your ministry. So begin with us, Holy God, and as we come to the end of it, my Father, we'll still be sure to give you back glory and honor, because it is all about you. For it is in Jesus' name we pray and believe. Amen.
Thank you very much, Bishop and Sheikh Dr. Ibrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, most merciful, most gracious, we thank you, Ya Allah, for the gift of life. We thank you for the gift of good health. We thank you for peace in this country, in the continent, and in the world. Ya Allah, we know that we cannot succeed without your help. We are human beings. Our knowledge, our strength is limited, but we know when we trust in you, we shall bring change. Ya Allah, you said in the Quran, Ya ayyuhan nas, inna khalaqnakum min dhakarin wa untha, wa ja'alnakum shu'uban wa qaba'ila lita'arafu inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. You said indeed that you've created us from one man and one woman, and out of them all the nations and the tribes of the world. And the most pious in your eyes, or the honorable in your eyes, is the most pious, not the male or the female. You know that it is not an accident that you created us, males and females. It is in your divine grand plan, and we should live together without discrimination. Ya Allah, you know the evils that are bedeviling us to the human community, whereby we discriminate against each other, gender-based violence. We look down upon people because of their gender, and we know that is not your intention. God, we are gathered here to make the little human efforts that we can to bring change, because you have said, indeed, change shall not come into a people until the people themselves take action. Our gathering here today, and for these days that we have been here, is a human effort to try and bring change for the better, so that we can use your teachings for the betterment of humankind. Give us sincerity and give us the wisdom so that we do the right thing. Give us what is good in this world and what is good in the hereafter. For the leaders that we have in the region, in Africa, in the whole world, give them the wisdom so that they can lead us into peace, because we know without peace we cannot succeed. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة. Give us what is good in this world. وفي الآخرة حسنة. In the hereafter, give us what is good. وقنا عذاب النار, and protect us from the torment of hellfire. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace of God be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. What a wonderful pair of prayers. Thank you very much. Now that we feel we are much safer than we started, because definitely God is with us. And before I call upon the official opening remarks, may I inspire you to tell the person beside you that we are okay. All right? Say, hakuna matata. Hakuna matata. Hakuna matata in Kenya means we are okay. There's no problem. All right? Hakuna matata. And so that we can really, Sheikh Ibrahim, I will make sure we don't get into that debate. It may take us all the way to midnight, but all the same, hakuna matata. DJ, please tell us hakuna matata. Just for 1 minute. DJ, please, hakuna matata.
Ni mafi mushkila. Hakuna matata iliisha.
Unaweza niweke kwa ndani.
Sasa lakini itaonekana.
Hii eke hapa. Itoe uweke hapa. Itakuwa ndefu. Okay. Itabidi nichukue miwani yangu. Welcome. Shall we do scholar again, or we just call Mr. Peter Munene? Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Okay. Kwema. Sawa.
You're the one who is officiating the speakers, maybe. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm requesting them to stand from the podium.
Okay. Ama tuilete karibu. Yeah. It is for now. Matu isukume tu. Hapa ni sawa. Hivi.
You need to place the camera in a point where we can
Okay.
view this point on the
Okay. Okay, I think hapa iko sawa. Okay. DJ, thank you very much, DJ. Indeed, hakuna matata Kenya. Mafi mushkila. May I call upon dadangu scholar to come and say a word of opening, and then she will henceforth call the CEO to come and give opening remarks.
Thank you very much. How are you all? If you can hear me, say hi. Hello. Are you happy? Are we excited to be here tonight? Great. I am super excited. And my role is to welcome now this technology. Do I need to use this one?
Yeah, so that we can capture it on the video. Just raise back. You put it on.
That is technology for us. I am here to welcome each one of us to have the moment, a moment of celebration, a moment of getting to know each other, a moment of making friends, a moment of rejoicing, and a moment of being happy with a few of us who will be getting a reward tonight. We are super excited to see all your faces around tonight. We are super excited to see people who've gone extra miles to do something to promote the women's rights and gender justice. We shall be giving awards tonight. Our role is to celebrate with those who will be getting the awards and work together as a team. Those of us who will not be getting the rewards doesn't mean that you're not doing so much. Maybe it was just a difference of 0.0001. We are all winners in this journey. And with that, I would want to welcome our CEO, Peter Munene Mr., to come and give us the opening remarks. Shangwe na vigelegele kwa Wakenya tuonyeshe. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. I'll stop when you do it well. It's not good enough. Thank you very much.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And space that's brighter than tomorrow.
Which one are you using? Hii ama hii ingine?
Zote mbili.
There's no need to hide. No, there's no further sorrow.
Good evening. Hey. Watch the news, eh? Good evening. I hear people are complaining to the cameramen and the women and ladies and gentlemen that they want to see me. And whom am I to deny you? So I'm waiting for the... Okay, they have granted. Eh? So, good evening. Habari. Hamjambo. Muribwino. Hey. I want to end it there because if I continue, Muyaseo, that is also another one. And that is the richness of the cultures we come from, that if we started greeting in each other's language, we are likely to spend close to 6 hours here greeting. And you know, our greetings sometimes start with, how are you? How is your family? Has it rained? How are the cows? How are the children? Is the young one still in school? And so many things. And it continues like that. So sometimes it can take 30 minutes, just greetings. Eh? Especially the Ugandans are notorious for it. The Ugandans are notorious for it. The Tanzanians are worst. I don't want to say how the Ethiopians are. Neither do I want to say how the South Africans, the Zimbabweans are, the Malawians, the Indonesians. I know all your tricks and all of the challenges you face. But And I also don't want to say how the Dutch are and how the Americans are. I know when they start greeting, it can continue for a long time. So it is not for me to greet for a long time. Mine is to say a few things and then welcome the keynote speaker to give the keynote speech. But before I say anything, let me thank you very much. I'm Christian, and in the Bible we hear that there's somebody who organized a party, but the people who are invited to go to the party did not show up. It forced that person to go to the streets, and I think the markets, to gather people to come and eat the food that had been prepared for the guests. So I am thanking you for coming, because then whatever has been prepared because of you will still be partaken by you. So thank you so much. And I know some of you sacrificed many hours of travel. I happened to be with some of you in meetings, and I could see the after effect. Even during the meeting, I could see occasional prayers along the way. They were doing their own meditation. And I could understand fully that it was the after effect of travel. But thank you very much for making it. For those that have traveled shorter journeys, thank you so much again for making it. None of us here has free time. It is creating time. And I'm happy that you have created time to come together and share experiences, which is one of the objectives of this forum. Share experiences, learn from each other, and identify common actions that can be implemented by all of you to achieve greater impact at regional level in promoting women's rights and gender justice. Thank you very much for taking time to do that. I heard my sister Skora talk about some people who will get a measure of recognition for that work that you have been doing by being given something to commemorate your work. But that does not mean those that will not get have not done anything. All of us have been doing very wonderful work. Very wonderful work. It's just that at some point in time, when it comes to recognizing, in much as everyone is recognized, then there will be a few that this time around will get, and next time around, the others will get. Because all of us have done a fantastic job, and all of us are winners in this struggle. I would be unfair to the organization that I represent if I don't say whom we are as Faith to Action Network. We are a global interfaith network. We are membership-based. We have members representing all the major religions that we know: Baha'i, Buddhist, Confucius, Christian, Hindu, Muslim, and even African traditional religions. And within the different religions, sometimes different schools of thought, others call them denominations. We work on certain thematic issues. One of them, we call it family health and well-being. And in family health and well-being, we look at issues to do with maternal and child health, sexual reproductive health and rights, family planning, HIV/AIDS, nutrition, among other health-related issues. Then the other thematic programmatic area is women rights and gender justice. And that is part of what we'll be celebrating here. And within that, the prayer that has been said mentioned some of the challenges that we deal with: gender-based violence, women participation in leadership, whether we are talking about leadership in public spaces, other public areas or public institutions, but also leadership within faith institutions. And I'm happy that I've seen Bishop Rose, who said a prayer here. She is among those that have also risen within the ranks to become the second woman bishop in Kenya. Maybe you should celebrate that. And one among 6 in Africa. What I don't want to tell you is how many men bishops we have in the Anglican Church, because that might make this celebration very gloomy. But we have over 500 men bishops in the Anglican Church in Africa. And within that, only 6, it's something to celebrate. But it also shows you how steep the journey, the climbing is, yeah? Especially for the women, how steep it can be. Even there are 6, yet the others are more than 500. You can imagine. If it was the marathons that Kenya are known for, she would be among the ones winning gold, isn't it? But that is how steep and how challenging the struggle is for women. But I'm happy that we have shown resilience. So the third thematic area is peaceful, just, and inclusive communities. And within peaceful, just, and inclusive communities, I'm seeing actors here who have been implementing different interventions that promote interfaith collaboration, interfaith partnership, that promote coexistence, harmonious coexistence between religions, and that also promotes peaceful coexistence between communities by preaching peace, by preaching also freedom of religion and belief. So I want to thank all of you for taking time. This struggle to achieve women's rights and gender justice is not a very simple struggle. And today we are only here to, it's a journey, yeah? It's a struggle that is a whole journey. And you have been struggling, you have been walking that journey. And today we are here only to pause a bit, not to stop the fight, but to pause a bit, to learn from each other about the strategies of the struggle. Yeah? If I look at you, I would say you are soldiers. And soldiers occasionally meet to exchange what? Tactics, strategies, so that when you are now fighting again in the battles, in the different battle front lines that you are in, then you can adopt maybe that person's tactics or the other person's strategies, because you learned that when they adopted those strategies or those tactics, they won. That is the essence of coming together to share and to run from each other. That you go with some new strategies, some new tactics, so that when you are now fighting in your front line to achieve gender justice and women's rights, you can win it much more easily. It's also a moment to encourage each other, because as you are sharing, you'll be sharing also about how either the struggles have been difficult, but how you have also overcome. That encouragement can just be the energy the other person needs, the other person who was about to give up. And that is also an objective of this particular moment for us to celebrate. So as we celebrate each other, as we encourage each other, as we learn from each other, as we share experiences, let's remember that the journey is still very much on, the struggle is very much on, the fight is very much on. This is just a moment to pause, re-energize, get new tactics, get new strategies, get new doses of encouragement for us to be able to even fight a more better fight. So unlike what we say, I can't remember in which book in the Bible, that I fought a good battle. I've not lost the faith. I've won. No, this one we have not won. To me, it is, we have fought a good fight. We have kept the faith, but we have not won the race. Yeah? In fact, we can even twist it again and say we are fighting a good battle. We are keeping the faith. And we shall win the race. Yes. That you know sometimes comes at a very different time. But for this one, the battle continues. We have to keep the faith. And remember, we have not won the race. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. And allow me now to invite I saw her. Huh? I saw my sister, Professor Mombo. Oh, okay. I had seen you in a certain place, so I was now looking. You know the way sometimes men are made, where you saw someone, it's always where the eyes will. It's very difficult to imagine that the person can shift. But allow me now to invite Professor Mombo, Esther. Surely. Me, you had scholar called me Mister. I'm saying Professor, and that's all you can do. That one I say I'm not satisfied. I believe is it a problem? I believe the vocal cords can do better. And let it be in all our languages. If the people from Indonesia say something different, let it also be heard by me. I know the people of Zimbabwe say it very differently. Let it also be heard by me. And I know Sisaka's place, the way they say it. Let it be heard by me. I'm not sure about the Americans, But whether they say it that way, but the way they say it, let it also be heard by me. So let's hear it again, please. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Professor. You are most welcome. Again, please remember, this is someone who has scribed a very steep scribe, okay? To become professor.
One, two, gosh. Okay. I really can't do it. Let's use this one. Can I just use that? I don't want to use this one. I said yesterday I felt trapped in all this technology, and I thought today they would do something different, but they've trapped me again. So even when I feel like running, I will not, because I'm trapped here. Greetings, everyone. It's a joy to be together today to just share. My name is Aresta Mombo, and I teach in St. Paul's University in the School of Theology, a theologian, an academic who has taken time to study and to be where I am. And the journey of gender issues is a journey that is not just spoken for me, but is a lived reality. I have my notes and I'll read them so that I stay within the time that I have been given. And even if I have 4 eyes, I may not even see my notes, but I'll try. Distinguished guests, you see, they are still trapping me. Distinguished guests, friends, and fellow advocates for gender justice, I'm grateful to the organizers for inviting me to participate in this conference and to share my thoughts on the topic, strategic ways of advancing women's rights and gender justice through leadership and advocacy informed by a faith-based perspective. In this conference, we have noted that religion has power to convene and convince, and this can be positive and negative. As those engaged in advocacy for gender justice and women's rights, we use the power of religion for the transformation of ourselves and our society at large. Our identity in this conference is faith actors, and the common identity that we hold is a belief that being human is a birthright for each person. Speaking as a Christian, I can say that God has made all nations of people to dwell on the face of the earth. This transcends all creatures and contexts and is to be affirmed. Thus, each person has the same and equal privilege to live in dignity and to be treated with respect. We note that faith actors like you have made great strides in seeing to it that practices that deny people from experiencing dignity are challenged. The train of gender justice did not begin yesterday, but was way back, and each one of us has joined it at some point in life. If we had to evaluate, we can see the results of each of our works. As a theological educator, I can testify that in some Christian traditions, we have not only seen an increase in the number of women studying and taking on religious leadership. In some traditions, it is still hard, but we do know that there are those that have celebrated 40 years. Today we had Bishop Rose speaking to us, and in our church tradition, as has been noted, they began ordaining women in 1978 as deacons, and today we have bishops in that tradition. So across the continent, the stories of success will be many, but there are also stories of exclusion, discrimination based on gender, where women continue to struggle for livelihood and violence seem to be normalized, and those who should speak against the evil of violence continue to be silent. In this annual gathering, we have seen the great work that faith actors have done and are doing on issues of gender justice and women's rights. We have met here to honor the great work that each one of us has been doing in their spaces. We do not want to honor people when they are dead, so it's great that we are honoring them when they are alive. We don't just want to say, and so did, and so did, when they are not hearing. But it's good to honor them when they are hearing and to rejoice with them, to know that what they've done is a great work. So to go back to the topic that I was given, strategic ways of advancing women's rights and gender justice through leadership and advocacy, informed by a faith-based perspective. Allow me to use the words of Laureate Wangari Maathai, who came from this country and is known for her work throughout the world. She said, and I quote, "We are called to assist the earth to heal her wounds, and in the process, heal our own. Indeed, to embrace the whole of creation in all its diversity, beauty, and wonder." These words underscore the fact that the healing of the earth cannot be separated from the empowerment of women, and that true justice involves a commitment to the well-being and equality of all creation. This year marks the 20th anniversary since Wangari Maathai was awarded the Nobel Prize as a trailblazer in connecting human rights, poverty, environmental protection, and security. Wangari was the first in many ways. First African woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 2004. Maathai was the first woman in East and Central Africa to earn a doctorate in veterinary anatomy. She was also the first female professor, as we know. Some of our ideas resonate well with the theme of this gathering, faith actors for justice. Maathai's words and work remind us that women's rights, community resilience, and environmental justice are interconnected, and that faith-based principles of hope, compassion, and justice can be powerful drivers for advocacy in these areas. As part of immortalizing her in this meeting, I seek to bring her voice and her perspectives and her approaches in women's rights and gender justice, and what faith-based approach in these matters can glean from Wangari Maathai. And therefore I have three things to say: unpack the meaning of faith-based approach in advancing women's rights and gender justice, explore some of the stereotypes that have made such approaches shrouded and less amplified in our work today, explore a model of faith-based advocacy in advancing women's rights and gender justice from Wangari Maathai's work. Don't worry, we will not stay here the whole night. So what is faith-based approaches in advocacy? The National Partnership on Religion and Sustainable Development report on the roles of religious actors, the roles the religious actors have played in advancing and hindering gender equality since the adoption of the Beijing Platform for Action in 1995 have been noted. The platform defined a faith-based approach in the following manner. A faith-based approach in advancing women's rights and gender justice is a method of advocacy and action rooted in religious principles that support equality, dignity, and the inherent worth of all individuals. This approach uses teaching from sacred texts, ethical frameworks, and values of compassion and justice found in various faith traditions to challenge gender inequality, address discrimination, and promote the rights and well-being of women and girls. In practice, therefore, a faith-based approach includes some of the following. First, reinterpreting of religious texts. Faith-based advocates often work to recontextualize and interpret religious scriptures to support the dignity and equality and rights of women. This work involves challenging patriarchal readings of religious texts and instead emphasizing themes of justice and equality. For example, the African theologian Mercy Amba Ubioi critique traditional interpretations that marginalize women and advocate for readings that affirm women's roles and value within religious communities. Second, leveraging faith communities and leadership. Faith-based advocacy for women's rights engages religious leaders and institutions to drive change from within. Leaders are encouraged to endorse gender equality, and faith communities are mobilized to support women's rights initiatives. As Johnson suggests, faith communities have unique cultural influence that promotes gender justice through moral leadership and example setting, particularly in patriarchal societies. Third, addressing social and economic issues with spiritual resources. Faith-based organizations often provide essential support for women in areas such as education, healthcare, and economic empowerment, framing these efforts within a religious commitment to social justice. This approach is especially powerful in areas where women face social and economic barriers, as it offers both practical support and spiritual encouragement. Number three, fostering safe and inclusive spaces. Faith-based advocacy seeks to make religious spaces safe and inclusive for women. It also challenges religious norms or practices that may perpetuate gender-based violence or discrimination. Nyambura Njoroge notes that a critical aspect of gender justice within faith-based communities involves ensuring that religious institutions do not reinforce harmful gender norms, but rather become havens for empowerment and respect. 5, ethical frameworks for gender equality. Faith-based approaches to women's rights often emphasize the ethical and moral imperatives for justice found in religious traditions. This perspective connects the values of compassion, respect, and dignity within the pursuit of gender equality, arguing that promoting women's rights aligns with the core spiritual principles. In summary, therefore, this type of advocacy can address a wide range of issues, including poverty, racial justice, environmental protection, healthcare, human rights, and gender-based equality. Faith-based advocates may engage in activities like community organizing, public policy lobbying, awareness campaigns, and providing direct services. Grounded in a moral or spiritual mandate, faith-based advocacy calls for the transformation of both individuals and systems to align with the values that promote the common good, protect human dignity, and foster societal well-being. So, facing our fears, amidst all this, there are fears, and we work in those spaces, and we see how sometimes people know what to say in the right places, but don't act it when the issues are brought to the fore. So facing our fears on faith-based approaches and dispelling the stereotypes and misconceptions, some of the things we've been doing this week. Faith-based advocacy is not a latecomer in the arena of advancing rights and justice, both globally and locally. They have been a bedrock of some of the most successful movements for change, democracy, and justice. These includes talking about Africa, the anti-apartheid movement, for example, talking about liberation theology in Latin America, and civil rights movement in the United States, and many more. However, in the present day, pushback for justice in general, as well as human rights, faith-based advocacy is the most shrouded and less amplified due to both various stereotypes around faith advocacy, but also due to the real failures that have been witnessed from faith spaces and faith actors. Rights-based approach is therefore the most appreciated and most visible in some spaces. Here are some of the common stereotypes and misconceptions that we are shrouded with, even when we work for justice and women's rights. Sometimes faith groups reinforce traditional gender roles, sometimes. A widespread stereotype is that religious groups only promote traditional roles for women as homemakers and caregivers, discouraging their participation in the leadership or public life. While some conservative interpretations do reinforce these roles, many faith-based organizations actively support women's leadership and empowerment and education. Second misconception, religions oppose women's rights. Another misconception is that religious doctrines are inherently opposed to women's rights, particularly in the areas of reproductive health, freedom, and independence. However, many faith-based advocates work within the traditions to reinterpret texts in ways that support and uphold women's dignity and equality, and we heard that even today. Third misconception, faith advocacy is passive or ineffective. Some believe that faith-based advocacy lacks tangible action and is limited to prayer meetings or charity work rather than addressing systemic issues. In reality, numerous faith organizations on the continent actively engage in legal, educational, and societal initiatives to tackle issues like gender-based violence, early marriages, and equal access to resources. Another misconception is that faith actors only focus on moral issues. There's a stereotype that faith-based advocacy is concerned with moral policing, such as promoting modesty or discouraging certain relationships. However, faith-based groups frequently address pressing issues like economic empowerment, literacy, healthcare access, and political representation for women. Another misconception is that faith-based actors women in faith-based advocacy lack agency. It is often assumed that women involved in faith-based advocacy are subservient to male leadership and lack their own voice or decision-making power. In reality, women are often at the forefront of these movements, advocating strongly for themselves and others within faith communities, sometimes even challenging patriarchal interpretations within their traditions. Another misconception is faith-based advocacy ignores cultural specifics. Another stereotype is that faith groups apply a universal or Western approach to women's rights, ignoring African cultural contexts. However, many faith groups on the continent work to contextualize their advocacy within local cultures, finding common ground between faith, cultural identity, and women's empowerment. The last misconception, religion and advocacy for women's rights are incompatible. Lastly, there is a broad stereotype that faith and women's rights are fundamentally incompatible, as if one must be sacrificed for the other. On the contrary, many African women and faith leaders see faith as a powerful tool to advocate for justice, dignity, and equality, emphasizing that their spirituality reinforces their commitment to women's rights. You may be saying, we know all that, true. So what approach do we continue with as we challenge the misconceptions in view of creating a space for all to live in dignity? An intersectional and decolonial model that I put forward is learning from Wangari Maathai in terms of her work in our society. A faith-based advocacy for women's rights and gender justice, as inspired by Wangari Maathai's work, is approached from an intersectional and decolonial lens, and as such, challenges and dismantles the layered systems of oppression, such as patriarchy, colonialism, and economic exploitation that intersect to marginalize women, particularly in the global South where we are working. By drawing lessons from Maathai's approach, faith-based advocates can promote a vision of justice, recognizing that justice for women requires a transformation of both social systems and individual attitudes towards gender, culture, faith, and other such categories. Here are some lessons as I conclude. It is significant that we address the multiple layers of oppression and a holistic advocacy. Maathai's advocacy was inherently intersectional, as she addressed the interconnectedness of environmental degradation, gender inequality, and social injustice. For example, Maathai highlighted how women in rural Kenya, who are largely responsible for collecting firewood and water, were disproportionately affected by deforestation and land degradation. Her work thus recognized that women's rights are not just about gender alone, but also about economic access. Environmental justice and the dismantling of colonial and exploitative practices that disproportionately affect marginalized women. Women's rights, therefore, must be understood as intertwined with environmental, economic, and social justice. Advocating for gender justice, therefore, requires addressing the interlocking systems of oppression, such as the colonial legacies, the patriarchal norms, and economic inequalities that affect society, but basically women. Challenging the colonial legacy, Maathai's work exemplifies a decolonial approach by confronting the destructive impact of colonialism on African women, particularly in relation to land and resources. Colonialism imposed foreign gender roles and economic systems that marginalized women and disconnected them from their traditional roles as custodians of land. Madai's Greenbelt movement directly challenged this legacy by encouraging women to reconnect with their land and take leadership roles in ecological and social restoration. I once visited Bishop Rose in her diocese, and one of the things that we wanted to do was to plant trees. It was a rainy season, and we wanted to plant trees in memory of ways in which we could challenge gender-based violence. And Bishop Rose said, in that culture, women don't plant trees. But then she said, I'm bishop, we are going to plant trees. And when she said we'll plant trees, the community thought she's gone bonkers. But we all came together, and the press and community came and sang with us as we planted those trees in view of thinking about gender-based violence in her community. We need to ask her whether they have grown or not grown. As she's here, you can ask her. Decolonizing gender norms. This model recognizes that gender justice is not simply about advancing women's rights within existing frameworks, but is about challenging and decolonizing the very structures that uphold gender inequality. This includes revisiting the cultural and religious norms that have historically marginalized women and interpreting them to promote equality. Madai also championed the reclamation of indigenous knowledge systems, which included re-evaluating women's contributions to the environment and society. This decolonial stance empowered African women to rediscover their cultural heritage and reclaim their role as protectors and protectors of the land and their communities. True gender justice must be led by the very communities that are affected. Madai's Greenbelt movement, for example. The movement showed that women can be key agents of change, and faith-based institutions can play a role in mobilizing these communities. Rethinking patriarchy in faith and culture. A major aspect of this advocacy involves rereading the texts of the Bible, for me as a Christian, and other religious texts from a gender-sensitive perspective. African women theologians emphasize that patriarchy is neither divinely ordained nor inherently African. They challenge the misuse of religious and cultural practices that reinforce male dominance, instead drawing on African heritage to promote mutual respect and partnership between the genders. Looking at cultural theologies and empowerment, healing and advocacy and agency. For Madai, empowerment was deeply linked to healing, both for women and for the environment. Her work fostered environments where women were able to step into leadership positions, thus transforming their communities. This theology of empowerment extends beyond simple inclusion. It actively encourages women to be healers and leaders in society. Inspired by this work, theologically, it suggests that empowerment is an essential component of healing, as it helps individuals, especially women, to reclaim their agency and role within the larger narrative of creation. In conclusion, our 2 days have affirmed the work that we've been doing in advocating for gender justice and women's rights. These 2 days have also reminded us that there are pushbacks, and we need not to assume the work is over by having 1 or 2 women in leadership, because it is not inclusion, but a system change. The system change is not for the future, but it is for now, because the future is now. Finally, our engagement in the strategic ways of advancing women's rights and gender justice through leadership and advocacy, informed by a faith-based perspective, is because we believe that in all our religious traditions, there is an intrinsic belief in the dignity of human beings. As such, the centrality of faith in our work gives us the motivation to continue with this good work. Thank you.
Wow. A round of applause, please. May we rise just to appreciate the good vibe that Professor has presented. That was powerful. That was powerful. And there are quite a number of take-home messages. And for me, I took reinterpret and recontextualize religious context so that we can better protect gender issues. Thank you very much. DJ, please, for just 1 minute, can you give us something from Uganda? And then we start moving towards celebrating our success. DJ, please, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Something from Juliana.
Situations come and go. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Another day, another goal. Another day to be a mighty warrior.
Where are
I
they?
feel no evil. Through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll be alright.
Thank you very much. I am quite conscious of the fact that people are starting to kind of doze off because time is moving. I will be an agent of urgency. And with that, let's all now switch into the awarding ceremony. All right? Let's switch into the awarding ceremony. A round of applause, please. And just following the awesome speech by Professor Mungo, the first item of award is going to be on the category of leadership, and this will be presented by none other than Mr. Peter Munene. Please step forward. Brother Peter Munene, please step forward so that you can have the pleasure of presenting that award to someone from the land of many hills. A land of many hills. And this is none other than Lois Bagira from Bungui Faith.
Congratulations, you're still the glory of God. Congratulations, He has done it for you. And you will come back with a new song to sing. God is good. Yes, you will come again with a new song of praise. God is good. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Oh, congratulations. Say what the Lord has done for you.
Thank you very much. And congratulations are in order, madam. And say hi to our brothers and sisters in Burundi. Tell them we miss them and we love them. Thank you very much. Following that, the next category will be on theological innovation. Theological innovation. And this will be presented by none other. What's your guess? What's your guess, ladies and gentlemen? Do you have someone better in the room to award something on the theological innovation? No. The one and only female bishop. Bishop Rose of Keynote. Please come forward. Please come forward. And this award goes to Harriet Kemigisa from Western Uganda. I hope this brought us some bananas. Make some noise for Harriet Kemigisa. How about that? The warmth is creeping into the room now, right? Yes. And the excitement is building. I love that. And next, we are awarding on the campaign and advocacy category. Campaign and advocacy category, and the award will be presented by none other than Dr. Emma Ratmewati. Dr. Emma Ratmewati. Please, Dr. Emma. May you adorn the stage, please, Dr. Emma. There she comes. Make some noise, please. Dr. Emma is all the way from Indonesia. Does she look lovely? Napenda from Indonesia? Mimi napenda. If you don't like them, shauri yenu. Mimi napenda sana. And she's giving to Roslyn Golo Galgalu. Thank you very much. Don't they look beautiful together? Yes. Wow. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And next, DJ, it's time for dancing. I'll give you a whole 5 minutes, just in a minute. We are going to the category of leadership. All right? And we have the pleasure of inviting yet again Professor Mombo to come and give this award. And where does it go to? It goes to Munyarazi Clara Mandipaza. For person affected by HIV and AIDS. Munyarazi Clara, please. Make some noise. Make some noise, please. ululation remaining? Please, ululations.
I'm a superwoman.
Super women. Thank you very much. And may the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. The next category that we go to is campaigning and advocacy. Campaigning and advocacy. And for this, we call upon yet again our very good Sheikh, Dr. Letome, to have the pleasure of presenting this award. And where does it go to? It goes to Joel Mwita Ikengege from Self-Engaged Foundation. Joel Mwita.
You're the first man. Yeah. The first man on stage today, huh?
Okay, guys, let's be honest. Does it look hot?
Oh, yes.
All right? All right, some more photos after this. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. DJ, we can have 2 minutes of dancing and then we go into the next category. DJ, please, something hot to match the heat, the good heat in the room. DJ, unachelewesha.
Jerusalem, itayarami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, itayarami, ilondoloze.
The boss says, if you have won and you are sitting while we are busy playing music, we can come for that trophy. All right? Can you come forward, please? Can you come? If you want something, please come forward to celebrate you. DJ, let's go.
Jerusalem, itayarami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalem, itayarami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana.
Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. We are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate, and we must do justice to that, all right? We are getting into the next category. Sorry. That's part of celebrate. We are getting to hello, DJ. Okay. We are getting the next category of awards. And again, we are going to start with another category on leadership. With another category on leadership. And we are calling upon Honorable Justice Anne Amandi to come and present this award. And this award is going to Seth Maker. Thank you. Again, from the again on leadership, may we call upon Miss Nene Yanti to come and present an award to Nejat Mehdi Omar from Ethiopia. Aha. DJ, kwani umekwama hapo? Exactly. Thank you and congratulations. Thank you very much. Next, on theological innovation, this award will be presented by Dr. Doug Fontaine. Dr. Doug Fontaine, please come over. A round of applause, please, for Dr. Doug. And this award goes to none other than Daniela Genrich, all the way from South Africa. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, do you feel how success is sweet? Yes. Let's work for our success then. All right? Yes. Next, on leadership again, may we call upon Pamhizai Thaka. Pamhizai Thaka to come and present an award to Archbishop Professor Daniel Muriuki Nguri from the National Independent Church of Africa.
When you finish this the awards,
yeah.
Utanisaidia kitu kimoja tu. What the steering council, the board of the Faith to Action Network members, when you have wasimame.
Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was told a story that in the Western world and even in Africa, the church was made so serious that it looked like only a place for the elderly people. And because young people love excitement, they ran away from the church. But I'm looking at Archbishop dancing. And I'm like, if this is going to happen, all the young people are going to go back to the church, all right? Okay, on leadership again, may we call upon yet again, I know she's very energetic, Professor Mombo, please, Woye, just come over and may you award Matthews Msiska. Matthews Msiska. DJ, may we call upon all the winners of the second category to come forward? And can we get something from South Africa, please, DJ? Yes. Something hot, something lovely from South Africa. All right? I'm hearing a piano. I'm not saying anything. Okay, if you are a winner in the second category, please, can you come here and shake your leg? Please. DJ ni wewe tunangoja. Nona nikienda Ethiopia. Honor Bishop. Bado kategori moja tu ya mwisho.
Kina Saumu na ngoja Saumu. Special performance kwa.
Ndio hii sasa, maana hakuna ingine. Acha nipeleke wangu mimi watu wakalani. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you DJ, thank you very, very much. On to our third phase of awarding. And the first category is again campaigning and advocacy. And who is going to award this category? It will be none other than Zanel Makombe. And this award will go to Tadele Mamo from Evangelical Churches Fellowship of Ethiopia. All right? Thank you very much. Next Again, on campaigning and advocacy, may we call upon Archbishop Professor Daniel Muriuki to come and help us present this award to Mercy Munzini from Kai Men's Ministry. Mercy Munzini.
Ask Seth to come a bit for Seth.
Okay. Okay. Seth, please, can you come and pick this award? Safe. Aha. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no better person to pick an award for anybody other than him. He does all the justice, all right? Thank you, Ethiopia. I'll be visiting Ethiopia soon. Looks like kuna rutba. In Kenya, we say kuna rutba. There's a lot of fertilization. There's fertility. Or there's network. I'm talking about that one of the shamba. All right. Next is on leadership. And may we call upon Felix Manjale to come and give this award to Halawia Sharif.
We are the chosen generation.
Samira.
Show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. We are the chosen generation. We've been called for to show His excellence. All I require for life, God has given me, and I know who I am. I know who God says I am. What He says I am. Where He says I'm not.
The energy.
I know who I am.
Thank you. Again, on the leadership category, may we call upon Sheikh Musa to come forward and present this award to Saumu Mwinyi.
Kwa kila ninalolifika, wanapokosea ni wajibu. Mola ameshaandika.
Ulichizi sana, mpateni dawa ameze.
Mimi nimechaguliwa.
Okay. Thank you very much. And last but not least, campaigning and advocacy. May we call upon Sam Blessings Kasanga to come forward and present an award to Esther Muhagachi.
You know you're always on my mind. I think about you every time. Walk on see I'm not your fan. I think about you every time. Walk on see
Dosi amesema niite council members waje pale mbele. Steering council members. Yaani kilo jina sije kalikosea. Okay, DJ, may we call upon every winner of the third category to come forward? Yes. All right? Yes. We are waiting for you. And then DJ, fanya mambo yako.
When we are done with the speech from Judy, we'll pray for food by Canon. Canon Grace Kaiser. Steering council wanaenda wote.
Wanakuja hapa mbele. Yeah.
After this.
I think it's for recognition. Close but yeah.
So,
Okay, thanks. On your energy.
Person when no person, you know they keep us.
Don't forget the music.
If you want no person,
you know what the category of thing here. Yeah.
Don't give me medicine. I don't want you want help me spend my money. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself.
Kuna gani nyingine nzuri sana ya power nataka kuamsha kila mtu. Enjoy.
Adamu.
Okay, thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, I am the one holding the mic, right? I have my own super privileges, and I'm going to honor my own category. All right? DJ, I am going to celebrate with everybody who won by being in this room and give us a very hot one so that we all dance to the celebration of our efforts, even if we didn't get a trophy here. All right? We are all winners. DJ. Ndio kazi kasira hivyo. Ni siku baya, kuna msichana ambaye amebaki Turkana. Simple but very elegant. Ona Zamira. Sorry. sorry. I'm calling upon the steering council members.
Yeah, just to start.
Just to stand. Or you just come to be seen.
Just a few words.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Canon Grace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll say something and then she'll pray for the food.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, DJ. Thank you very much. And hearty congratulations to everyone in here. But more special thanks and hearty congratulations to everyone who has won, for they have invested their efforts, they have done sacrifices, and they have shown passion for the work they do, and they have made sure every day of their life they have made this world a better place. So hearty congratulations to everyone. Now, may I call upon all the steering council members that are here to come forward for appreciation. All the steering council members that are here, please may you step forward for appreciation. In Kenya, we say, hawa ni watu wa nguvu. We say these are very strong leaders that have made many things possible. All right? It's never easy to lead. It's never easy to lead, but all the same, they have done a great job. Congratulations to them, and let's give them a round of applause. And we will bestow the honor to the only woman. In Kenya, when we talk about gender, we talk about women. So we are going to bestow honor to the gender among them to say a word and also proceed to pray for the food. All right? May you have the pleasure, madam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks to Allah that give up so many things for us, give us health, give us also many things, happiness, and we are together here because of the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I would like to say thank you for all the support from everyone here, and also for what I'm doing now, and also the next, and also for the long time to make our family being health and also well-being, and also we are here in peace, and also we are respect each other. So I hope we are here with very, very happy and respect each other. So I think that's all. Yeah, and I pray for our event today. Congratulations for who had a very prestigious performance in our efforts, and also there's nothing to us, just only pray to our God, thanks to our God, and I hope that we are blessing always from our God. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. And because our stomachs are empty right now, and you are the only one standing between our anger and food. So if you may pray, then you will release us from this custody and go to eat. So please pray for the food on our behalf.
Allahumma, I will pray in Muslim. So it's Allahumma barik lana fima razaqtana wa qina adhaban. I hope we are have a blessing for our food today and our relationship and our family today. So, Amin ya Rabbal Alamin.
Okay, thank you very much. Is there any particular order for us to eat? Or the order is whoever is the most hungry to go first? Okay, I'm sure we are people of decorum, so let's enjoy the meal.
MC, there's a hand.
Oh, there's a hand? Okay, gentlemen, you have identified the person who is the most hungry? Okay, thank you. So they come through here? Okay, they are very kind, very accommodative. They are serving us soup on the table, and when you are done with your soup, whether you've taken it or you've poured it, then you can come and all right, bon appetit.
Well done, Muhammad Ali.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Now
Thank
you
you.
can remove
Great.
this.
Great.
Okay.
That's skillfully managing that stage.
Thank you.
That's well done.
Thank you.
Je suis touché, mais je te pardonne. Fatima Taï, oh ma belle, la façon d'aimer, c'est pas joli, c'est pas gentil, façon comme ça. La façon d'aimer tout c'est pas joli, c'est pas gentil, vraiment. La façon d'aimer chérie, jaloux, 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 t'es trop jalouse. Tu vois même devant les gens, tu perds la tête, c'est pas gentil, oh ma belle. Parfois même devant nos invités, tu perds la tête, c'est pas gentil, oh ma belle. Fatima, amor, amor. Fatima, Façon d'aimer, c'est pas joli, c'est pas gentil, façon comme ça. Ta façon d'aimer, c'est pas joli, c'est pas gentil, vraiment gentil. Ta façon d'aimer, chérie, jaloux, 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 t'es trop jaloux. Tu vois même devant les gens, tu perds la tête, c'est pas gentil, oh ma belle. Parfois même devant nos invités, tu perds la tête, c'est pas gentil, oh ma belle. Fatimata, amour à moi. Fatimata, amour à moi. Je suis déçu. Non, fatigué. Je suis déçu, fatigué. Une fille comme elle, elle habite au Congo. Elle travaille au plateau. Elle ne roule comme taximètre. Elle m'a fait tourner la tête à cause de sa beauté. Elle a un corps pété, pété. Elle a un corps sémé, sémé. Non, fatigué. Elle s'habille comme une princesse. Elle est de marcher de caméléon. Elle ne voit que le bon Dieu. Le bon Dieu de la Messoukolo. Quand elle arrive dans Dakar, elle habite aux Almadies. Tout cela pour m'impressionner. Je suis tombé malade. Voilà moi traumatisé. Non, ça qui me gagne.